Wembanyama's first quarter explosion is going to dominate the conversation, and honestly, it should. But underneath all of that is a much bigger problem for Minnesota. The Spurs are completely controlling the Timberwolves' offense. The Wolves have always depended heavily on Anthony Edwards to create advantages, but with Dante DiVincenzo out, there's even less secondary creation on the floor. What's crazy is that while people are talking about how the Spurs are doubling Ant, it only happened 10 times in Game 5, with the Wolves getting a meager 4 points in what should be a big advantage for them. As a result, Ant's numbers are severely depressed across the board, and even when they don't double, the possibility that they will has made the offense unaggressive and operating farther and farther away from the basket. The best way to look at how the Wolves are attacking the Ant trap is to separate the possessions by where he's passing the ball to after the double team comes. By bringing the ball up, the Wolves get to decide where to invite the double. With it on the wing, he opts to go to the top of the key. This does get some good ball movement, but only because Castle makes a mistake jumping to the ball in the corner this far can Jaden McDaniels get a drive into the middle. And I still have no idea how he got this shot over Wemby, much less got it to go into the hoop after that. This was the earliest they blasted Edwards to get it out of his hands, and Ayo has to flash to the top to receive the pass from the dangerous area in the upper corner of the half court. But throwing a top-to-corner skip pass takes so long to get there that the defense has time to recover from their initial double team and contain. I think Rudy steps in here to try and push Wemby towards the baseline in case Naz Reid can get by Castle. But instead, it just serves to be a blockade, and while they do catch Harper sleeping for a step on this nice cut from Ayo, Rudy again makes a mistake by circling up towards the front of the rim when he should know the only lane to receive a pass from a driver like this would have been to hold his initial position closer to the block. They can also decide to make the pressure release pass to the wing, but if Edwards is going to foolishly lure the trap into the coffin corner, it's easy to deflect that pass out of bounds. Here's another wing pass after the trap comes out top. Notice that without Rudy out there, Wemby cannot hover in the paint the whole time, and it gives Ayo the extra couple of inches he needs to throw this down before Wemby could knock it away. Now let's see what happens if he passes to the corner once the double team comes. The first problem is that there is virtually no advantage to be gained in the strong side corner since Fox has been in position the whole time, and they can't get anything going there. Carter Bryant should be aware of the cutter and take it away instead of pointing for someone else to get it, and it's an easy Ayo layup. They did try once to put Edwards in the post to see if there would be a double, and he skips it to the corner. And while this does take a while to get across the court, at least Naz has enough time to attack the closeout when it does get there, and he should be kicking this to a wide open three-point shot instead of challenging a stationary Wemby who's just waiting for him. Now, the best place to release the pressure from a double team is to flash a cutter to the nail and throw it there first. They did this 4 times, and McDaniels looked like he was about to make them pay, but Harper is allowed to foul him to knock the ball loose. It's better to get the ball to the middle of the floor because you'll have more options and better space to attack with an advantage. But it just doesn't look like the coaching staff directed them to get it there, and if it happened, it was by chance, as Randle wanders into the middle slowly and Edwards struggles to get the ball to him, and with the clock expiring, he had no choice but try and hit the tough midi over a full contest by Wemby. This one did look like Randle was flashing to the high post on purpose, and catching it this deep in the middle of the floor has compacted the defense. Good pass, good shot, can't hit, but Rudy is there for the turnover. Which brings me to another important point. Rudy is simply not viable in this series because it's like playing 4-on-5. And at this level, against a better team, getting this type of production from a starting position isn't going to cut it. These attempts at finishing would seem even worse if you were watching them live and in person, and the best way to do that is by using SeatGeek. They've got the tickets you're looking for to sporting events, concerts, and the theater. They've got a rating system that tells you what kind of a deal you're getting, and I use them anytime I go see the Lakers or Clippers in Los Angeles. I saw Wemby in person with a great vantage point and an even better deal because of SeatGeek. The best part, if you tell them I sent you, you'll get a special deal. Use my code BBALL2025 and save 10% off your next set of tickets. So click that link and download their app with my code and save real money on your next tickets. And by being up close to the game, it would be easy to see how Wemby employs the defense by ignoring method. And it's why the Timberwolves are struggling to finish anything around the rim. The other problem is Julius Randle's offense. He's simply killing them with a terrible field goal percentage, directly related to shot selection problems. If he's going to insist on taking these types of turnovers masked as shot attempts, then Coach Finch is going to have to cut his minutes to around 30. Let Naz Reid absorb most of them since he's on fire from three-point land and they're not getting enough threes anyway. And speaking of which, the Wolves as a team were ranked 6th in three-point percentage during the regular season. And even though Dante DiVincenzo was a part of that, they have 5 rotational players who shot better than him. And it still remains coaching criminality that they only ranked 16th in three-point frequency. If you shoot them that well, you should be shooting more of them. And it was clear that the game plan was to get more threes in the air during Game 5. But look at the shot quality on many of them. It's no wonder they shot so poorly for the game, as you can't just say to the team, "Alrighty boys, tonight we're gonna let them fly." There needs to be much better discipline and a clear understanding of what constitutes good three-point shots, like middle penetration and kick out for open looks. Instead, they treated this like a shooting practice when the assistant coaches provide all manner of pressure without any decision-making in the drill. They've had 5 long games to sort some of these things out, and let's face it, this series would probably be over by now had Wemby not gotten thrown out of Game 4. It's also problematic that their best 5-man lineup has gotten barely any minutes, even though it's obvious they need a lot more run. So I just don't see how the proper adjustments will be made in Game 6, which will be fine with me since I think we're all waiting for Spurs Thunder in the conference finals.